President Biden is the oldest president in U.S. history. Why does White House staff treat him like a baby?
No one treats the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, like a baby.
So there's this book that says
that's ridiculous.
When staff
walked back
claim. What sounded like a call for regime change in Russia, the president, quote, rather than owning his failure, he fumed to friends about how he was treated like a toddler. Was John Kennedy ever babied like that?
So look, I'll say this. There's going to be always a range of books that are about every administration, as you know, that's going to have a variety of claims. That is not unusual. That happens all the time. And we're not going to litigate those here. That's something that we're not going to speak to. There is one thing that I do want to, because I think I was asked this question last week by one of your colleagues about this particular excerpt that they were referring to. And so I'll say this, we did see the excerpt, the context of the excerpt, and it seemed to be making the opposite overall point about how the value of his experience and wisdom resulted in rallying the free world against authoritarianism, which is important. We have seen this, you all have seen this, and passage of the most historic agenda in recent history in his handling of foreign policy, like rallying the world around Ukraine, as you just heard from our national security advisor, who laid out in really good questions that your colleagues asked about how the president is moving forward, about Ukraine.
Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. KJP did not like Peter Doocy's question. Apparently, someone wrote a book or is writing a book, and Joe Biden has told some people close to him that he's treated like a baby. And Kennedy wasn't treated like a baby, and KJP wasn't having it. She went on the defense. No one calls the commander-in-chief a baby. No one calls the President of the United States a baby. As a matter of fact, she went on to tell us how wonderful Joe is, how wonderful all his policies are, and how people can see from his experience and wisdom and the passage of the most historic agenda in history, people have rallied around this president like no other. I haven't seen one person rally around Joe Biden other than his inner circle. He also got the world to rally around Ukraine. How about getting the world to rally around the United States of America? You know, Joe, the country that you are supposedly the leader of. You want to rally the world around Ukraine? Most Americans could care less about Ukraine. What they do care about is the billions and billions and billions of dollars you continue to send there. Every other thing, a new package is approved to help Vlad take care of his country. While Americans continue to suffer, Vlad is all set, living in his mansion with billions of dollars from American taxpayers. But Joe's the man. He's got so much experience, and quite frankly, Biden has been the leader in trying to stop authoritarianism. Yes, that's right. The Republican Party are the ones who want authoritarianism. They want to tell people what they can and can't do. They want to have strict rules and you obey what we say. That's what the Democrats say the Republicans want. And I'm here to tell you my view on that is the Democrats have done nothing but try to tell us what to do, when to do it. Here's this mandate. Here's that mandate. You do what we say, not as we do. That is the Democratic Party of today. Yes, there may be some Republicans like that, but we have a Democratic United States Senate and a Democratic president in the White House. So he, again, like KJP said, is the commander-in-chief. He is the head authoritarian. He wants authoritarianism. He wants people to listen to him when he talks. Unfortunately, every time he talks, he gets beat by a teleprompter with words that have letters probably this big. We all know Joe Biden is 80 years old. And no, on today's standards, 80 is not old. My mother is 86 years old. She's vibrant. She travels. She drives everywhere. She's 86. So Joe Biden is not old, but he does show a lot of signs of cognitive decline, and it can't be denied. It can't be denied. As a matter of fact, we've all heard this. Democrats in their own little circles are talking about Joe, and I believe they know he is not the man for the job. He should not be on the ballot in 2024. We've heard Gavin Newsom's name thrown out there, but if you look at California, why would anyone vote for Gavin Newsom to be the president of the United States? The homelessness in California, the crime in California, the mental illness, drug addiction, you name it, they have it. But people say Gavin Newsom would be a good president. I'm saying absolutely not. Quite frankly, I'd rather have Joe Biden, and I know that's probably shocking you right now, than Gavin Newsom. Okay? But there's another person who believes they are the one to be the president, and that person is usually the vice president of the United States. And Kamala Harris, who as of today is still the least liked vice president in the history of our country. Her poll numbers are the lowest of any vice president in history. But she believes that she's ready to step in and take over if Joe cannot continue.
And so I will say to you that I think the American people ultimately want to know that their president delivers and Joe Biden delivers.
Questions about the president's age often go hand in hand with questions about how you would step in the role, if necessary. Do you feel prepared for that possibility? And serving as vice president prepared you for that job?
Yes.
And how would you describe that process?
Well, first of all, I'm answering your hypothetical. But Joe Biden's going to be fine. So that is not going to come to fruition. But let us also understand that every vice president understands that when they take the oath, that they must be very clear about the responsibility they may have to take over the job of being president. I am no different.
She hears the talk. She knows what people are saying, but she knows that Joe Biden delivers. Then the man asked her, "Are you prepared to lead if you were called upon?" She said yes. But then she answered the hypothetical. If Biden couldn't finish his job, if he couldn't finish his term, if he wasn't capable to lead. And then she said, and you heard it, Biden will be fine. Joe Biden is the president, and if you kind of, juggle her words a little bit, I think she's saying he'll be the president again in 2024. But every vice president in history knows when they raise their hand to take that oath of office, they have to have a clear understanding of their responsibility. And they have to be prepared at any moment to step in and become the president of the United States if the sitting president cannot continue. And Kamala Harris believes she's ready for that role. She believes she's ready to lead all of us into prosperity. She's ready to make the United States the greatest country in the world again, like we used to be. I still believe we're a great country, right? But the things we're seeing today, it makes you wonder. But is Kamala Harris the person for the job? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Her own party. I don't believe any Democrat, unless they're close allies to Biden or in his pocket, would vote for Kamala Harris or approve of her taking the helm. She has done less than Joe Biden has done since he became president. She was in charge of the border. We all know how that's going. Every time she speaks, it's a cackle, a laugh, and a word salad. She embarrasses our country on the world stage, but she believes she's the person to take the reins and move us forward. It's absolute buffoonery. It's nonsense. This is why I always say, I don't care what politician or what political party they're from. You can be a Democrat, you can be a Republican, you can be an independent, or however many parties there may be. We need a younger person who has a clear vision of what they want to do to take care of American citizens. Not foreign countries, not paying a foreign country to fight a war against another foreign country. No, take care of America first. Everybody else takes a back seat to the American citizens. And I think you'll all agree with me that this administration has put America last. I think I said this before, and I'll say it again. The campaign slogan for Biden-Harris should be America last. We're worried about other countries. You do it yourself. You deal with it. What is happening here? This woman, in my opinion, would be so much worse than Joe Biden that, again, I'd rather have Joe Biden continue to be the president. We're on a slow boat to nowheresville with this administration, and these people actually believe that they're doing something good. You know, Bidenomics. Well, my pockets are struggling from Bidenomics. It doesn't work. Build back better. Nothing's built. Nothing's back. I haven't seen anything better. It's time for them to go. Again, any political party, I don't care who it is, these people are the downfall of our country. It started with Obama. Trump threw a stick in their spokes because they thought Hillary was going to continue it. And then Biden got in there and he just picked up where Obama left off. We're in trouble as a country. Crime is out of control. Inflation's out of control. Homelessness, I say it all the time. They care not about the American people because they have to worry, or he, Joe Biden, has to worry about his buddy Vlad in the Ukraine. And I've said this also. I have my theories on why we, the taxpayer, are paying for that conflict, but I'm not going to get into it because it's only a theory. But if you've listened to me and you watch TV, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These people are ridiculous. KJP has a book full of lies. She makes up stories on the fly. They need to go. Next year, bye-bye Biden, hell no to Kamala Harris, and hopefully we get someone who's going to lead us in the right direction. And that's it. So if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. You'll never miss an episode. Share this video with someone because I'd like people to see that Kamala really believes that she's prepared to be the president. I think it's laughable, quite frankly. She may have a future as a stand-up comic, but certainly not a competent politician. Hope everybody's healthy and safe, and I'll see you soon.